Hi, my name is Taylor. I'm your guide for today's yin yoga practice for self-compassion. If you've got two blocks, I definitely recommend having those for today's practice. If you have a bolster or a rolled blanket, that can be a great addition as well. When you've got those together, I'll see you on the mat to get started. We'll begin today in meditation pose, which is simply just sitting cross-legged. If you would like to sit up on something, it's definitely something that I recommend. This can be a bolster, block, it can even just be a folded blanket as well. Just enough to elevate your hips slightly and help you tilt your pelvis forward, can help create opening, extra length for your spine, and generally be more comfortable. If your knees are up high, you can always use props underneath both knees as well. We'll be here for a few minutes, so take the time to get comfortable and then land with your palms either facing down for more of a grounding gesture, facing up for more of a receiving, surrendering. If you need both or can't decide, one up, one down works just fine as well. I encourage you to either close your eyes or to have a soft gaze just off the top of your mat as you come to tune in with your breath and to be in this present moment. Let your sit bones become heavier, like there's an anchor pulling you closer towards the ground, leaving you steady here. Maybe you gently allow yourself, your torso, to move back in space so shoulders stack over hips and are also soft away from your ears. Your head may feel light as the crown of your head reaches towards the sky. You are steady and secure here, safe to be and breathe deeply. In yin, we hold poses for about 3 to 5 minutes to give our bodies the opportunity to open slowly at their own pace. So perhaps throughout this practice you can recognize if sitting in stillness is uncomfortable, if sitting in quiet is uncomfortable, or if there are pockets of space that feel amazing, that feel comfortable or peaceful. Knowing that these spaces or pockets are really like moments of compassion for yourself. Taking the time to just be with yourself is such a radical act of self-compassion. Take 5 more deep belly breaths here. Feeling your belly expand with each inhale like a balloon and deflate with each exhale. And exhale if it feels comfortable. Wrap your arms around your body, giving yourself a hug. Your chin may fall towards your chest. Notice what it feels like to hold yourself, to mother and nourish yourself in this space. Release from your embrace. Eyes may open if they were closed. If you're sitting on a blanket or something lower, you can stay sitting on it. A block I can find is a little bit heavy as we move into a forward fold dragonfly. Legs come wide into whatever depth of V shape that you'd like. You get to choose the intensity that you feel on your inner thighs by opening your legs wider or less intensity, closer. Any knee issues, if it feels uncomfortable, you can place blocks underneath your knees. Otherwise, we'll all have soft legs, soft soles of feet. Maybe you rock your pelvis forward and back slightly. You want it to tilt forward to give your spine more generous space to fold forward. Inhale, fingertips come in front of you, lengthen spine. Exhale, hinge from the hips, tilt your pelvis forward as you begin to tilt forward. Now here you may want to use a bolster in front of you. This could be coming to lay down on a bolster. It could be having it sideways and elbows. You can use blocks to lay on or to set your elbows on as well, or even have a block on another prop to then rest your head. There are lots of different variations. Play around here with what works for you. And once you've found a comfortable spot, your edge where you can be for a few minutes, settle into stillness. In forward folds, our body most obviously gives way and creates space. So I invite you to explore if you've found space. Perhaps this is adjusting some props. Maybe you surrender a little bit farther forward. Give yourself the support as an act of compassion, but also the opportunity to lean more into it if your body is allowing. deep breaths here. Allow your body to let go, grow heavy as it folds forward. And on an exhale, begin to release yourself from dragonfly, palms, hands walking closer towards your body, and props may move off towards the side. Bring your hands to the back of your thighs, help your legs together, and then give your shins, either hold on to them or give yourself a hug. Chin may dip towards your chest, coming into cosmic egg. Lift your head away and hold onto the backs of your thighs as you gently allow your spine to release towards the mat. When you get there, you can bring your arms out wide into a T shape. Soles of feet come towards the mat, and gently shift your hips over towards the left. Knees come in towards your chest, and then allow your legs, lower body to fall heavy towards the right hand side into reclined twist. Now here you may place a block or blanket under or between your knees if you'd like the support. Gaze may fall over towards the left. An option to place your right hand to the outside of left thigh. The weight may gently help you intensify the twist slightly. And if it feels comfortable, close down your eyes. Let your breath soothe you in this time that you're giving towards yourself. Notice if you're gripping onto your leg, can you let your right hand be soft? Your legs to let go, they may be at ease. Final deep breaths here. Exhale to release the right hand. If you're holding onto the leg, gaze comes to center. Unfurl your spine so that both hips come back towards the mat. Soles of feet push into the ground. Lift your hips over towards the right. Knees into chest. And then gently allow lower body gracefully to fall towards the left hand side. Coming into reclined twist on the opposite side. Same variations. Gaze may look over towards the right. Left hand may come to the outside of right thigh. And you don't have to do the exact same variation on this side. Take what your body needs today, leave what it doesn't. We do our best to be even, but it's part of being human to not be perfect from side to side. Think of creating space between your right shoulder and right hip by letting your knees fall farther in space. Left hand is soft. Five more deep breaths to fully release into this twist. Exhale to release, gaze, hand, and then legs back to center. Shift your hips back to neutral, arms may come in. Allow yourself to settle in here, allowing your spine to readjust after those twists. Then come to hug your knees in together. Hands on your shins or back of your thighs. Draw your legs to either side of your belly. You have the option to stay here in this variation of happy baby, or to flex into your feet and shine the soles towards the sky. Arms come to the inside of your legs and then grab hold of the outside edges of your feet. Use the weight of your arms to help your legs move closer towards the ground. Let your shoulders be heavy here. They may melt and even touch the ground. And if they don't, that's okay too. I've got short arms, mine don't. And think of lengthening your tailbone and crown away from each other, opening through the front side of your body, especially into your heart. Creating space in this area for yourself and for others. We tend to hunch forward so much and collapse our heart space. Keeping it open physically and energetically can do such amazing wonders. And know that at any time, if a pose doesn't feel right to you, You may choose to change to a different variation or take another pose altogether. This is your practice. Your body is the best teacher, best guide that there is. Five more breaths. Gently draw heels towards glutes if they're not there already. We'll all hug legs back together. Close your thighs, and feet may come back towards the mat. As we move into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly, your back may stay flat on the mat, or if you would like to invite a gentle heart opener, you can use your blocks down your spine, or you may use a bolster or rolled blanket. You want the prop to come to, especially if it's a bolster, the base of your spine. Blocks may be a bit farther away from the base so that you can lay back. Or you can also use blocks underneath your thighs and knees, which I highly recommend if your legs do not touch the ground. And take your time as you get comfortable in this pose, setting up all the support you need or want, knowing that it may look different today than it does other days. And arms may fall out far from your sides, or maybe you bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. You can always try both and notice what feels most nourishing for yourself today. One is not necessarily better than the other. We just have options. And if you're flat on your back, you can always walk your shoulders gently under your spine for gentle heart opening as well. All of us, we have our shoulders melting towards the ground as the chest shines open. The belly is free to be soft. As we find a few minutes here to be at ease and give ourselves, our bodies, the opportunity to create space and open. Five more deep breaths here. Notice if there's any final spaces where you're holding on, and see if you can release in those areas. Bring your hands to the outside of your legs. Help your legs to close. Blocks may move off to the side. And you may roll off of a prop if you're on one. Release it from underneath you. Spine comes back flat towards the mat, with the option to use whatever props you like under your knees. Just an option, not necessary, as we move into our final relaxation pose, Shavasana. Let yourself take up space here. You deserve to, you are free to. Let yourself be open to your own support, open to your own love, open to your own self-compassion. Begin to deepen your breath. Invite wiggles into your fingers and toes, movement into your wrists and ankles. Maybe you take one final big stretch, reaching fingertips and toes away from each other. However you'd like to get into fetal position on your right hand side, maybe knees to chest. We'll journey there. And take as much time as you need to push yourself up into a comfortable seat. We'll meet with our hands in prayer. Bow your head so your third eye meets your fingertips. And thank yourself for showing up on the mat today, for doing this act of self-love for your mind, body, and your soul. Lift your head back up. May you feel kind words. May you speak kind words. May you think kind words. Together, we bow forward and say thank you. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me today. It was an honor, as always, to guide you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the mat again soon.